Karmelo Anthony's family has hired a second attorney. From what I was told, this is a big name attorney, and no, it's not a public defender. This is Mike Howard, Karmelo's current attorney. He was the one that showed up to the bond reduction hearing. And I know some of you all are like, wait, I thought that they were broke. I thought that they needed a public defender. Well, that was a lie. That was intentionally put out to stop donations to the Anthony family, but I'm going to show y'all all that in just a minute. If you're wondering, well, how do I know that they hired a second attorney? I verified it with my source. But on 6/25/2025, a letter of representation was filed. This was likely for Mike Howard. On 6/30/2025, another letter of representation was filed. This is for big name attorney number 2. Once I find out who that second attorney is, I'll be sure to let y'all know. If you want to see what I'm looking at, all you have to do is go to the Collin County court case search tool and you can pull all of this up. But let's backtrack real quick. So we see on 6/25/2025, when I told y'all that first letter of representation was submitted to the court. But also here you see 6/25/2025, and that is the indigent packet, and he was eligible for a public defender. I was told that the application was signed back in April. I don't have the actual application, but once I can see it for myself, I'll let y'all know. When Karmelo was initially arrested, he was given a public defender, and that guy's name was Derek Warpole. If you remember, Derek Warpole was replaced by Billy Clark and Kim T. Cole. Kim and Billy ultimately was replaced with Mike Howard. However, Karmelo Anthony's family never intended to use a public defender because this is too high stakes of a case. And it's basically high profile. Collin County has a list of participating attorneys who kind of serve as public defenders, but I don't think they call them public defenders because they don't have a public defender's office per se in Texas, but they do have what's called the Texas Fair Defense Act. And Mike Howard is not on this list, so therefore he is not going to be paid with public dollars as a public defender. And chances are we won't find attorney number 2 on this list either. Derek Warpole, that very first public defender that he had, is on the Texas Fair Defense Act list. So, yeah. When I told y'all that there was an intentional effort to get the donations down for the Anthony family, this is what I mean. This is Sarah Fields. By now you should know who she is, but she has spoken out against Dominique Alexander, being tied to the Anthony family in any capacity. Here in her post, she kind of states how the Anthony family planned to use the funds, and I think she probably got this from like the Give, Send, Go page. But here you can see where she says enhanced security measures likely from Dominique Alexander's fraudulent security team. So she kind of points out the fact that she believes that the Anthonys are paying Dominique Alexander with the Give, Send, Go funds. And as I was scrolling, through her post, I see right here where she posted in response to someone else that says, I think everyone is done with them. If they get any donations, it will be very little to none. And Sarah replied, let's hope so. My reporting on Dominique Alexander has reached millions on the X platform. I believe and hope that it has slowed down the donations considerably. I don't know if the Anthony family is paying Dominique Alexander or not. I'm not sure that anybody knows that. However, I thought that I would point this out, especially if any of you are on the fence for giving or not giving and you just want the truth. Once more information comes out about who this new big attorney is, I'll make sure to update you. So make sure you're following me. Karmelo Anthony has a court date coming up on July 18th, and I do plan on being in attendance. I'm going to be traveling all the way across the country to be there. So if you want to help your girl, your favorite reporter, whatever you want to call me, out with some bus fare, you can send me a Cash App here. Make sure you put your email address in the notes section, and I'm going to tell y'all why in another video. I'm also going to be doing some other stuff while I'm there. I can't really reveal that just yet, so just stay tuned. So yeah, Karmelo's got another attorney. It's likely not a public defender, so I hope this gives y'all a little bit more information that y'all can use. If you like this video, like and share it. Let me know in the comments, do you think it was a smart move for them to hire a second attorney, or what are your thoughts? And I'll see y'all in the next video.